Good evening. It is 6:30 and I'd like to call this meeting of council to order and acknowledge that the city of Winkler is situated on Treaty 1 land, the home of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples in the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that have been made on these territories. We acknowledge that there have been harms and mistakes in the past, but we dedicate ourselves to a future based on a respect of all peoples, including Indigenous communities, in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration, moving forward to a harmonious and prosperous future together. Be it resolved that the agenda for the regular council meeting of April 23rd, 2024 be adopted. Mover?
Marvin.
Second?
Peter.
I will also point out that Deputy Mayor Andrew Fraze is not able to be at the meeting today. So we'll have that noted in our minutes. Ask for your support of the agenda. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting of April 9th, 2024 be adopted. Mover?
John Fair.
Second.
Michael.
Any comments on those minutes?
Just one comment. I was a virtual attendee on that one also.
Okay, we'll make that adjustment. I would again like to thank Andrew for running that meeting. He did a really good job running through a number of public hearings and a lot of comment back and forth. I think Deputy Mayor Fraze did a pretty fantastic job.
Yeah.
Thank him for it. No additional comments? No. Do I have a mover and a seconder, Jody? I don't know that I have.
Me and Michael.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
All in favor? Carried. We may have to ask Deputy Mayor Fraze to take on some more minutes.
You're getting a little bit rusty.
I'm getting too long away from the chair, I think. We have a couple of pieces of correspondence, letter to municipalities with regard to the provincial budget from the Minister of Municipal and Northern Relations, a bulletin on pipeline property assessments. Any comments on what you see there? Again, correspondence for our information. Continuing then into finance. Be it resolved that the accounts payable in the amount of $729,691.59 as approved by the Finance Committee be approved for payment. Mover?
Don Friesen.
Second.
Peter.
You will see the check register attached as always. Do you have any comments on those?
I see one check here to James Fair for $19,443. That would have to do with concerts?
Correct.
Okay, that's right.
Any other thoughts or questions? All in favor? And that is carried. We also see our report to council from our statements for March. Be it resolved that the financial report for March 2024 be received. Mover?
Don Friesen.
Second.
I can help out.
Thank you very much, Don. I appreciate, as always, not just the numbers, but the actual report as well from David that highlights some of those notes and points out the things that maybe we need to be aware of that are of more interest for any number of reasons, either increased revenue or an explanation of why a check or a number might be bigger than usual. Do we have any thoughts on anything you see?
One quick note.
Please, Jody.
Shortly after David made this report, if you look at the very first page, it says we were waiting for municipal board approval on a couple of those special services bylaws. And shortly after he did the report, we did receive the approvals. As you can tell, we have those on the agenda. So
Second and third readings.
just pointing that out.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jody. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the waste collection bylaw number 2312-24 be read a second time. Mover?
Peter?
Second.
Michael?
Comments on what you see? Obviously now through the municipal board and back here. All in favor? Carried. Taking us then to be it resolved that the waste collection bylaw number 2312-24 be read a third and final time. Mover?
Don Fair.
Second.
Marvin.
Final thoughts? All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2304-23, a special service plan number 44, be read a second time. Mover?
Don Friesen?
Second.
Marvin.
Comments? Again, as mentioned, these have now come back from the municipal board and are ready for us to be approved. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2304-23, a special service plan number 44, be read a third and final time. Mover?
Michael?
Second.
Peter?
Final thoughts? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the tax levy bylaw number 2317-24 be read a second time. Mover?
Peter?
Second.
Don Friesen?
Questions or comments?
No.
Not seeing any. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the tax levy bylaw number 2317-24 be read a third and final time. Mover?
Don Fair.
Don Fair. Second.
Marvin.
Marvin, final comments? All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the Transportation and Utilities Committee meeting minutes of January 9th, February 13th, March 12th, and April 8th, 2024 be adopted. Mover?
Marvin.
Second.
Don.
Those are quite a few minutes that we're passing in one time here. It's a bit of a catch-up.
Yeah, we realized that for whatever reason, they hadn't been submitted in for a council meeting, so we were just doing the first quarter catch-up.
It did leave a little bit of reading, though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Indeed,
yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Any comments or questions, council, on what you see?
I think some of the highlights we've talked a fair bit about the public transportation. There's been a lot of interest from the community. There continues to be interest, people asking what's going to happen, how do you see it running out, and so on. So I'm glad to see that we have a plan moving forward. We're going to trying to develop out exactly how it will be able to work at the beginning, and it was nice when the public is already asking. I had somebody asking, so what do you see in the next stage? Where would the hubs be, and so on? So people are interested, and that's good to see.
It is indeed. Thank you very much, Marvin. Additional thoughts? Okay, all in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the City of Winkler appoint Wendy Clausen as a screening officer under bylaw number 2174-17, effective April 24th, 24, and that Schedule B of the bylaw be amended accordingly. Be it further resolved that the City of Winkler remove Bill Zacharias as a screening officer. Mover?
Marvin.
Second.
Peter?
You see the shared notes attached. Any additional questions? All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the Winkler Stanley Economic Development meeting minutes for the March 26th, 2024 meeting be received for information. Mover?
Don Friesen.
Second?
I can help. Give Michael.
Michael got it. Anything, Jody, there that we should be particularly aware of?
Well, our executive director has resigned, and so the board is meeting to decide how to move forward with that. So both councils have recently sent letters to the executive in terms of supporting the strategic direction. And so right now, we're just working on how should we move forward? Is there any reevaluation that we should do? One of our strongest focuses right now is to make sure that the immigration pilot program stays strong and healthy. And we do have another staff member that's in the office that has been very involved in the immigration, and she will be the one that will carry that forward. And then some of us as executive or myself together with Terry Penner, who's CAO for Stanley, will also meet with the province just to reinforce our commitment to the program.
It's appreciated. Thank you, Jody. And I think, too, it's important for us to acknowledge Mark Swatsky's work
Indeed.
in building the Winkler Stanley Economic Development Corporation as it is today. There's been significant change, and the board has worked very hard to do that. But ultimately, we needed a leader in the office to move it forward, and Mark did that for us.
Did.
And set us up, I believe, for future success there. So
Yeah, I
thank you.
really agree with that. Like, I think he took something that had been stalled for quite some time,
correct.
and he moved it forward and helped to create that program and worked together with the province to find a way for us to do this. And so far, the pilot program has worked out really well. I would say very much to our expectations. We're hitting the numbers that were targeted, and so kudos to Mark for getting that program off the ground.
If we could, Jody, I'd appreciate that we would draft a letter for my signature that we can send to him to express our appreciation.
We will do that.
Thank you. Additional thoughts? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the minutes of the Planning Committee of April 8th, 2024 be adopted. Mover.
Don Friesen.
Second.
Don Fair?
Anything there we should be particularly aware of?
No, railway crossings are expensive, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Couple arms, whatever, but yeah, no.
Lots of stuff still happening. It's really nice to see. Any questions from other members of council? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the Central Manitoba tourism reports for March 2024 be received for information. Mover?
Michael?
Second.
Peter?
Anything there we should, that you'd like to highlight, Michael?
You know what, they continue to do what they can on very lean budget there, and going into summer, they are, I guess June specifically, is looking to get some good tourism programs and promotions going for the region.
Nice. Good to see some new energy there. That's very good.
Yeah, it's good to see her energy and passion for this.
Not saying anything further. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the South Central Regional Library Winkler Branch meeting minutes for March 11th, 2024 and the 2023 audited financial statements be received for information. Mover.
Don Fair?
Second.
Don Friesen.
Thank you. Don's comments.
There's all kinds of little projects going throughout the South Central Regional Library, and improvements being made everywhere, and that's a good thing. And the programs that they're coming up with is really creative ideas to get the community together. One is like Nerf wars and stuff like that they have, and yeah, it's and the managers of the libraries that are doing it are very excited with that. So yeah, the book sale's coming up as well.
Nice.
And so it's always a way to get rid of some books, and the Morden Fire Department's helping out again.
Excellent. Thank you.
I
Further
would-
comments?
I would note, just, it's really nice to get from our municipal partners their audited financial statements in a timely manner, so that we can hit our targets for our own audited statements, and that's always very much appreciated.
It's good to know, yeah.
Very nice. And Don, if you don't mind passing that on as well,
Okay.
how much we do appreciate that, because it is important for us. We want to be good stewards. We want to show that we are being careful with where we are. And when our partners help us to do that, that is much appreciated.
Okay, I'll pass it on.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. That takes us to the end of a fairly short agenda, unless we have questions from the media or public relevant to this meeting of council. Not seeing anything here. Anything online? Not seeing anything there. Be it resolved that this regular meeting of council be adjourned. Mover?
Peter?
Peter, second.
Marvin?
All in favor?